from high atop the percolator, it's time for Java with John. Here's Johnny!
All right, John Kenny.
Heidi ho.
Okay, good to see you. I just had a major malfunction here. My controller board switched to another program. I'm going to try to do this by hand and try to sneak in, getting it back where it should be. I can't even see it. Oh, yeah, right here. Regardless, yeah, because so now I can't do the switching between the topics and any of that kind of stuff. The first one, at least what we're going to talk about, well, first of all, we've both done our welcome. Good to see you again, sir.
Ditto. Same to you.
What I'd like to start off the show with is in a very positive note, and that is what made us smile this week. Do you have anything that, or today or this week, or anything that sort of pressed the right button for you?
Well, as you know, I've taken up a little bit of botany. I have a full garden growing in my kitchen right now, not much to the angst of Julie, but it's nice to see spring's coming. It's nice to feel that hope that there'll be sunshine and warmth on the near future, and we'll be out of this winter quite soon, hopefully. That's my smile of the day, because I think we all need to say goodbye to winter.
Yes, we do. And I'm looking either further ahead in that with my smile. Well, you know, over the past couple of months, I've been putting those jabs in, trying to promote the people to go on a vacation, because this is March 3rd, and that's sort of been the traditional date, at least the last 2 years, that we've headed to Mexico. And of course, I've had no luck. I can't, starting with Colleen, I've had no luck whatsoever in promoting a holiday. But yesterday I had
your battle, not mine.
I know. But I had this great idea. Next week, my daughter Pam's going to Turkey because Sammy's playing basketball there. It's the World Cup qualifier tournament. It's in Turkey.
Cool.
So I said, and this is where the smile comes from, if Canada qualifies for the World Cup, I'm going to go. It's in Berlin in September, and come hell or high water, if she's there, I'm going to be there. So that's my smile for the day.
That would be fun. And I've seen her in past, and I've watched some of her play. That would be quite an adventure for you. I think that would be a lot of fun for you to go see, and I'm sure she would really appreciate it.
Yes, and her parents would be there as well. And I spent when I was out driving this morning, I had to make a tour down to Prescott to pick up our month's supply of wine. And I was thinking about, well, do I know anybody in Berlin? Well, I actually happen to know two people. And one of them I've never really met, but I've in writing some software probably 4 or 5 years ago, we became very close friends on the internet. And he lives in Berlin. And the other thing is the fellow who is he lives in Berlin, and he used to live right beside us here in Brockville. So I've got a couple of people that I can go and have a coffee, or perhaps maybe a beer with, or a craft beer or something like that. So that's what's up my sleeve, and that's what my smile is. I have a funny story about the next topic on this date. You had a nice presentation last week. Mine was a little scrambly, and I had a great collection of probably 7 or 8 topics that all happened on March the 2nd. I looked up the wrong friggin' date.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was,
I don't know what happened on March 2nd. Hope happened.
yeah, so I had to scrap all my good research and come up with something at the last minute for March the 3rd. And out of all the things that came up, first of all, 1938, on this date, oil was discovered in Saudi Arabia. Very, very key date, I would say for sure. And the other thing that was happened on this date, and it was, it's a negative or a sad thing. 1945, the Royal Air Force made a mistake, and they bombed a city in Holland by mistake. And 511 people were killed in that accident. So that was on March 3rd, 1945. So
Back when there wasn't a lot of technology to guide you at night, eh?
yes, I know. Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, let's.
graciously, that era is long gone. So
Yes. Yeah. Okay. As you can see, I'm able to switch things now. So if you saw me looking away, I was scrambling to try to get all of this stuff straightened out. So we wanted to talk about pet peeve, or as an automotive guy like yourself would say, this is what grinds my gears.
yep.
I have one, and what is disappointing about my choice is that I'm guilty of it. I'm the number one culprit of doing this, and that is someone when you mention or talk about something, and the other person automatically comes back with one-upmanship. They did something better. You know, if I caught a 3-pound fish, they tell me about catching 5. Or if I went to Florida, then they went to the Caribbean or whatever. And believe me, John, I'm the worst guy for doing this, because I don't know whether that's insecurity on my part, but if you tell me a story about something you did, and then I would say, oh, I remember the time I did this, and I thought, oh, geez, I should be slapping myself on the head, because that irks me when someone else does it. And so I must have pissed off a lot of people in my life because I've done it so many times.
You're at the back of the bus on that one. I think I'm at the front of the bus on pissing off people. So, yeah, I think that's human nature, and to a point. I guess to carry on with your pet peeve, if you don't mind. I think that we have been slowly programmed over the years to try to impress people. And that is probably part of it. Like, I'm trying to think of the right way of saying this without being, one-upmanship seems to be a societal norm nowadays. Like you said, so if you went to the United States, well, I went here. You always have to be better than the other person without accepting or appreciating what the other person has done or has said.
Yeah, yes, or what they had to accomplish to do that, because we don't all start at the same spot, and
yeah.
so I'm the
It
bad
might
guy.
it might be a big thing for me to be able to go to Toronto for the course of the day.
Yeah.
And you may not realize the challenges or the financial implications it is for me just to go to Toronto. And I think, and I'm very guilty of this. And sometimes I need to open my ears more and my mouth less. I think that's that's a completely valid pet peeve.
Okay.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And I just put up the comment that your sister-in-law Janet Vintner said good afternoon to us. Oh, right. So it is time for Java with John. I better have some Java.
I'm having a great beverage here, Janet. I won't tell you if it's wine or Tang. Your choice.
I was down today picking up our month's supply of wine, and the girl informed me that price had gone up. Mm-hmm. And my text reply to her was, "Those damn grapes! They want so much." Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it okay if I share a pet peeve real quick?
I would love to hear it.
Okay. My pet peeve is the news. I don't care what radio station you listen to, what channel you watch, whatever. I miss Walter Cronkite. I miss when the news was the news. That's it, not an opinion. If I want your opinion, I'll ask you for it.
Yeah.
If I want to know what's happening in the world, that's what I want to know. I read a study recently about the if you work in a store, and AM 640 is on it all day long, and all you're listening to is the news. It is now it's almost literally now a psychological warfare, because your brain is being inundated with the same content all day long. And unfortunately, I don't think there's really honest news anymore. I have to watch independent news more often. As I was talking with you earlier, the food professor, Sylvain, is probably the greatest newscaster for the food industry in Canada. Very unbiased. And he just states a fact. Beef is going up 20%. Doesn't tell you why. Doesn't tell you.
No opinions, right? Just the facts.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my pet peeve. And I urge everybody that's listening, turn the news off. It's bad. It's really bad for people's mental health. And with so many things happening within the family and within our personal lives, we don't need more negativity.
Yeah.
So there's my pet peeve.
All righty. Okay, well, this one is your baby, John. What is there a song that's in your mind that you can't get rid of today, or brings back memories, or what? The floor is yours.
Let's do a little mind control here. So I'm going to put this one out since I think Janet is listening today. Janet, one of your favorite songs as a child growing up, I'm going to implant in your brain and you won't be able to get it out. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. I'm sure you remember it. Everybody danced to it in the 60s and 70s. Look it up on YouTube. I miss that kind of music. It was just simple, stupid, and fun. And I think I wish more music would get back to that. But yes, yeah.
That's for sure, and I agree 100% on that. It's I can go back an era past you, and Spike Jones used to be one of my favorites.
Yes,
and you know, Spike Jones was a very talented musician. You have to be talented before you can be funny. Yes. You have to have the ability to do the stuff, and then you can twist it whatever you want. But Spike Jones, yeah, he brought a lot of smiles to a lot of faces.
You know what? It was just goofy.
Yeah,
Songs like Wipeout, just goofy.
yeah,
No meaning, no, just fun.
yeah.
And I would hope we would get back to that one day. But Janet, you can't roller skate in the buffalo herd. It's now in your brain until you go to bed tonight. Thank you very much.
Okay, and interesting news out of my part of Ontario, and I don't know how much you guys have heard because it's not going to affect you and Bradford too much, but the federal government, in cooperation with lots of other people, is building a high-speed railway from Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal. It's not going to run in the traditional corridors. It's not going to serve any other people. So it's going to leave Toronto, go up to Peterborough, then circle back down south, but not stop in Belleville or Kingston or Smith Falls. It's going to Ottawa and then to Montreal. The local emphasis here is our local MPP and our local MP have both come out and said they don't want it to happen.
I agree.
It's going to interrupt so much farmland, and originally, they had a northern route, which was not going to impact because of a lot of swamps. Once you get further north, but the cost something triples or quadruples if you're going over water or those kinds of things as opposed to dry land, and that's why they were switching it to come down and actually, tomorrow there's a meeting in Perth, a town hall meeting where they're going to discuss, and they're going to have people from the project there to tell about what they're doing and why what they want to do and why they want to do those things. But local spotlight, our two representatives, MP and MPP, both against Alto. I think that's the name of the high-speed railway.
I completely and absolutely, unequivocally agree with them. It will, I'll be honest with you, if it's built within our lifetime, it'll be a miracle, and by that time it'll be so antiquated, we won't need it. We'll be like the Jetsons.
Yes, the target date is 2044, so it's not in my lifetime.
Yeah. The things that I've read upon that, they were talking about the northern route going. I was actually wondering if it would be passing through Tamworth at one point. They're talking about starting, I'm going to use this word very carefully, the expropriation of land in 4 years.
Yeah.
Not the purchasing of land, the expropriation of land.
Yeah.
So that's something that you might want to listen to if you go to that town hall meeting, because they are going to tell people like Gary, we're buying a strip of land this wide through your property, and this is the price, deal with it.
Yeah. No bargaining or anything like that.
No.
We're taking this, and the strip of land that they're going to use for this is awful wide. Like I was thinking they would be doing something 20 yards wide or something like that, but it's much bigger than that.
A bit of a historical fact for you. CN Rail was built cross-country in 5 years. The entire railway system across Canada was built in 5 years. We haven't even started the public hearings on this yet, and that will be starting in another 4 years.
Well, I'm trying to think of what the Bruce Hutchison wrote a book about that railway. I think it was, I know, it was called The National Dream. And other countries said, I'm worried about a country whose national dream is a railroad. they should have higher aspirations than that. Personal connection for me or my family history with the building of that railway. My grandfather lived north of Aurelia, and anyways, he was hired to go out west with whatever segment they were working on at the time, and I think it was a week or two before he was striking out, and I'm trying to think of what my mind's not very good at this. The name of the social event is. So there was a dance at the community hall or the church, and the women brought lunches, and the men bid on the lunches, and my grandfather bid on the lunch of this young lady on the other side of the hall. He won the bid. He didn't know her. He went and met her, and then he left a week or two later, went out west, came back. They got married, had 7 children, but she must have made a heck of a great lunch for him. I know she used to make good lunches for me, so.
Wow, that's pretty. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that was the national dream, the railway. Did we?
Yeah, that was a. I can't imagine the effort it took to do that. There was no bulldozers. There was no road planers, cranes, whatever. It was all done by horse and back.
Yeah.
So a lot of respect to those people.
For sure. Now, we started that so long ago. Did you? Was there anything in the local spotlight that, or did you already mention that? My memory's not that great.
Nah, you know what? It's always sunny in Bradford. I always say that. It's just myself, my neighbors, and everybody around town is just waiting for one thing: just snow to be gone.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we got some warm days next week, so we should be okay.
Yeah, actually, it's supposed to be 10, I think, on Thursday here.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll have to get my bathing suit out and swim in the puddles.
Just don't borrow Graham's Speedo.
No, I don't do that. No.
Okay, and one of my favorite topics, travel. Well, no, travel's not really my favorite topic. I like vacations, not necessarily travel. Is there any spot that you've been to in the world that you really recommend as this is the best place that I've visited? And it could be something that's really close to home, because being further away doesn't really make it any better.
We have traveled all over North America. Washington, D.C., the mall. I'm sure everybody remembers that from Forrest Gump. Disney, Arizona, Texas. Not too many places around Canada. I've been to Vancouver, but that was on family business, not vacation. No, of course, the Caribbean. If you like to sit around, the Caribbean's great. If you like to see stuff and you actually like to get out and venture, the Washington Mall is overwhelming. Number one, everything except for the aquarium is free. So the Smithsonian institutions, every place that you could possibly go for museums or whatever is all free. It's completely safe to walk around. That to me was probably the best vacation, because it was just, I'm very much I love to see things and do things. And that was just overwhelming for the brain. It just kept you going 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Fun fact, You go to Washington, D.C. on the weekend. You do not go on a weekday. The reason is hotels are half the price on Saturday and Sunday than they are on Monday through Friday. Have you ever heard of that before, Whit?
No, I wasn't aware of that. No.
Yeah, because all the legislators and people coming in to see the U.S. federal government don't work weekends. But they all need hotel rooms during the week. So the rents are literally almost double during the week as what they are on the weekends.
Oh,
So that
well,
was kind of different.
if you saw the State of the Nation address last week, Mr. Trump was patting himself on the back for how safe he has made Washington, D.C. As compared to 4 or 5 years ago.
There was, we saw a few neighborhoods that you kind of kept your foot on the accelerator. When we drove there, we didn't fly. The mall, you're as safe as you would be in your mother's arms.
Ah,
Because, yeah, I'm trying to think of the right way of saying this. You don't want to be committing crimes in the mall. That's beyond federal
okay.
offense. Yeah, no, I don't know. Outside of politics, again, for me, what's that called in Ottawa where all the museums and stuff are?
I don't know the areas anymore. I just know where Rebecca and Andrew live, and but I have lived in almost all parts of Ottawa. I lived in the West End. My first shot at university. Then I moved to sort of Midwest. Then I moved to the far West, but and then I moved 60 miles away. But
Okay. Yeah. Just to give you an idea how long the mall is. So that's you remember in Forrest Gump when they were doing the what's it called, the Martin Luther King thing was going on,
oh yes,
and it
yeah,
was at where the water is, and Jenny goes running through the water,
yeah.
forest. The length of that land would be equal to, and I'm not joking, almost the distance from Gary's to Aaronsville.
Oh,
That's how long that park is.
well,
It literally takes you half a day to walk down it.
well,
Well, let's say a quarter of a day at least. That's how long that is. So Jenny had to do a lot of running. But yeah.
well. My place that I've been to and I'm recommending is 9 years ago. Colleen and I went to Israel, and that was sort of a very special time.
Yeah.
Disregarding the religion per se part of the trip, but I think most people grew up knowing something about the Bible, and we heard about all these places. So it was so nice, first of all, to actually go there and see all these spots that we'd heard about. I found my misconception was fantastic about what things were like and what they weren't, and that. Unfortunately, we went there, and I don't know if it's changed any, but they were in about the 4th year of a drought, so things were a little bit different. But we did go on the Sea of Galilee, and one interesting spot in the north of Israel. We stood at this point, and if you took one step to the right, you were in Syria, and if you took one step to the left, you were in Lebanon. I mean, it was sort of a unique spot in history to be there. We went to the Dead Sea. We went to Bethlehem, and we actually went in the Jordan River. And redid our baptismal
Okay.
vows or whatever. It was really interesting, but that's the one spot I'm too old to go again because it's too long a plane ride for me. I was about 11 hours or something, and I suffer from TB, tiny bladder, so I can't go on those long flights without. And those planes are always big, so there's a lineup at the washroom. So I'll never get to go again. But that's the one spot that I've been that I really enjoyed. I've enjoyed lots of others, and lots of times they're tempered by the people that you're with that make it that much better. We went with a group of 45 people from our church here in Brockville. It was a great experience. So Israel, that's what I'm saying was the best spot that I've ever been to and visited.
I think you used a word in what you were saying that I think is so important, and it was started with mission. And you'll have to forgive me, I forgot it. I'm glad you had that experience because I know my father went there, I think in the 90s with some church group of some sort. And seeing a place without judging the place, I think is so important. What I mean by that is that if we limit ourselves to not going somewhere that we really want to go to because of some ideology, political belief, or blah, 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 we really hinder ourselves. And I'm really glad you got the opportunity to go. That sounds like a really cool place to visit historically and culturally. And I think that's really neat that you did that.
Yeah, it certainly was, and it's a lifetime of memories there that I'll have. We were gone, I think we were 10 days or something, but it was a fantastic experience, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm sure Carleen would say the very same thing.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing pictures of that.
We probably flooded the market with them when we got back.
I'm really glad you had that experience. That sounds like it was. I guess we have a little bit of something in common there when we look at things historically and appreciate it versus going to a water park or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I appreciate that.
Well, we've pretty well exhausted all the things that we had lined up for today. John, is there anything that you want to add to it, or I forgot to include, or I screwed up?
No, I thought this was probably one of our better conversations. Outside of you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd, Janet. The one thing that I like is that I think we're both very like-minded in a lot of ways. Believe it or not, you may debate that. I think we're both very much in the middle, and where you don't let other things really affect our lives, which I think is really important. And I appreciate that. I don't like politics. But I like to call a spade. And like I said, if you can get information, but just enjoying life and enjoying what we have, I think is more important than anything else. And in some cases, taking care of family when family needs it is important. And that should be our priority, is not worrying about what's happening somewhere else, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it certainly does. Well, let's call it a day. We've hit our 30-minute mark. So
30 minutes. I talk too much.
Inoculated with a phonograph needle. Okay, talk to you next week, John. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. And there's the spinning bubble of doom.